staying the distance.
Group 2 Hardwicke Stakes. Number 11 Kalpana was favourite with Goliath, the next most betted.
They're off in the Hardwicke Stakes of 2026, and a stellar renewal of it is as well. Sons and Lovers breaking well from the outside. Kalpana and Lambourn rousted along to get handy. Lambourn leading Kalpana with Sons and Lovers the outside. Giavellotto in the noseband sits in a share of fourth with Brueghel. West Wind Blows in the yellow to the outside, and then Phantom Flight the red, followed by Best Secret the gold sleeves. Just squeezed along Santorini Star, asked to get closer on the outside by Tom Marquand. She's making some progress. Amiloc is weighted with in company with Ethical Diamond, the Breeders' Cup Turf winner, and Goliath is at the back. Goliath at the back with Amiloc as they head into Swinley Bottom. They've completed their first half mile in the Hardwicke Stakes, and last year's Derby winner and Irish Derby winner Lambourn leads the way to West Wind Blows. Kalpana third, Brueghel, Ryan Moore in fourth place. Santorini Star the outside then of Sons and Lovers with Giavellotto. Best Secret around the inside then of Phantom Flight. Ethical Diamond, Dylan Brown McMonagle the outside, and Amiloc and Goliath under Christophe Soumillon the final two as the field head towards the 6 furlong marker halfway in the Hardwicke, and it's Lambourn keeping the revs up in the lead here to West Wind Blows in second. To the outside Santorini Star, the best turned out winner Brueghel. Kalpana, star of the last two Fillion Mares races at Champions Day, is sitting in behind the pink cap under Colin Keane. To the outside is Sons and Lovers, then Giavellotto, Oisin Murphy, Ryan Moore just starting to squeeze along on Brueghel. Best Secret following with Phantom Flight, and then Ethical Diamond, Amiloc and Goliath on the turn back towards home and heading for the final 3 furlongs in the Hardwicke Stakes. West Wind Blows challenging Lambourn. Kalpana is poised in behind, then Brueghel, Santorini Star, Sons and Lovers, Giavellotto looking for an out. Ethical Diamond coming widest of all. West Wind Blows, Kalpana coming to challenge, and here comes Kalpana on the outside of West Wind Blows. Giavellotto in the clear. Sons and Lovers, Goliath is sauntering close to the outside under Christophe Soumillon. Kalpana has the lead as they head to the final furlong. Giavellotto and Goliath chasing. Kalpana trying to see off Giavellotto, and Goliath on the outside. Christophe Soumillon's lost his irons. Giavellotto challenging Kalpana. Kalpana and Giavellotto, the line is coming, and Giavellotto, the near side of Kalpana. It will go to the judge in the Hardwicke Stakes. Goliath in third, then Brueghel next.
Well, he is so underrated, this horse. He's got up at a $10 dividend for those that had the faith. Post-race connections stated that a return to Hong Kong in December would be a priority for the 7-year-old. He was first in the Hong Kong bars in 2024 and second in the Hong Kong bars in 2025. I have to mention Goliath. He's definitely a little unlucky with jockey Christophe Soumillon almost falling off. He looked like one of those jockeys from the old Melbourne Cup paintings you see when jockeys used to ride a little closer to the horse's shoulders. I'm doubtful any of these will be heading to Australia for our big handicap races, the Caulfield Cup and Melbourne Cup, later in the year. Those first 4 homes certainly would not get in lightly, all very close to a top weight. Maybe it might be West Wind Blows, if any, having had a degree of success back in 2023 in the Turnbull and Caulfield Cup, being runner-up in both those races. Anyways, being that this is the Melbourne Cup Channel and we're now only 4.5 months away from the first Tuesday in November, we'll have a look at the latest Melbourne Cup odds. But first, some more post-race comments and fanfare.
I wasn't so sure the first time that it was Oisin that knocked it out. I thought Christophe's foot just fell out. They're getting closer. No, he just falls out. Christophe Soumillon's foot falls out. He loses his own balance.
In Kempton Park, and the winner of the 2024 Hong Kong bars, that was his Group 1 win. He's got a big Group 2 now.
Strong pace. How confident were you?
I couldn't believe he was so big, Rishi. In the betting, I thought he'd be a shorter price. He's brilliant fresh. He's a Group 1 winner in Hong Kong already, and it's great that he's won the Hardwicke.
Tell me about the way the race unfolded, because obviously Kalpana is a high-class horse. She quickened up really well. Did you think you would get Colin?
Yeah, I did. I go for him, and yeah, that's great. Rishi, it's my first winner of the week, and when I spoke to His Majesty the King before the first race, he said, "You haven't been on the score sheet this week, but keep going." So I'm glad it finally happened.
How much does that play on your mind during the week?
I had one hard luck story on Friendly Soul where she got knocked over coming out of the gate. She might have won, probably should have won her sheep, but the others have had no excuse, so we keep going.
Machine, well done.
The latest Melbourne Cup odds. Aliana is currently joint favourite at Bet365 with Half Yours, Scandinavia and Sir Delius. I'll be very surprised if Scandinavia or Sir Delius run. Aliana, maybe. Quad du Nord, the Japanese horse, won't run. However, if you bet before first noms come out in early September and the horse isn't amongst those noms, you can get your money back. Another big name, Kalandagan. He won't be running in a 2-mile race, maybe 2,000 or 2,400. Karma's at $17 also. We saw him in the Ascot Gold Cup and connections have made it known the Melbourne Cup is their intention. Green Spaces, the ATC Derby winner for Aussie Bjorn Baker, he's also $17. He did mention the Cup in his post-race comments, but often 3-year-olds return to the track and we find they can't actually stay when up against the older horses, or more often they're not as interested. Last year's Cup favourite Presage Nocturne is $21. He's had 3 starts this year for a 7th, last and recently second at a listed level over 2,400 metres. Japanese horse Admire Terra is $26. I like the horse, don't know how serious they are though. Down at $26 is Sons and Lovers. He races in the colours Absurd raced in for the last 3 Melbourne Cups. He finished a surprising 5th in the race we just saw. Another Japanese horse, Württemberg, at $26. He was second in the Tenno Show Spring recently. Al Alcance, the Brisbane Cup winner, is $34. River of Stars, $34, but she just doesn't win. Flatten the Curve, last year's German Raider. He's $51. He's had 1 race this year for 1 win. Goody Two Shoes, last year's Melbourne Cup runner-up. She made her return to the track just 2 days ago and was 17 lengths 8th on a soft track at listed level. Interesting. There's the American-trained Tawny Port, who won the Golden Ticket race recently. Another one I'll mention, 100-1 by the way, Eric Liddell. If you've watched the movie Chariots of Fire, you'll know that name. But the only horse I could find called Eric Liddell was a 3-year-old gelding racing in South Africa. I'll wrap it up there. Check the odds and pick a winner.
Will commence again if you try to take our firearms.